This episode is brought to you by AppWork. Much more than maintenance, AppWork is advanced business intelligence. You can streamline your maintenance workflows and keep an eye on the leaderboard as service team members enjoy the gamification of maintenance. If that sounds interesting, visit appworkco.com. That's appworkco.com and transform your productivity today. Human-like AI engages renters across multiple channels. So if that doesn't get your interest, then you haven't been paying attention to what's going on in the world of artificial intelligence and or in the world of multifamily. So my imagination tells me that people in this community know absolutely what's happening, and that did catch your attention. So here's what I'd say. The interesting thing about this is Apartment List, and they did a acquisition several months ago. I think it was several months ago. Maybe it was last year, but an acquisition that helped them sort of accelerate the piece of implementing some human-like artificial intelligence that is multimodal, multi-channel. So no matter where a prospect comes from and or somebody that's in the pipeline or the funnel, no matter where they're at in the funnel, this human-like AI can interact with them. And if you go, I'll link it up in the show notes, but if you click on it and you go to the YouTube video, you can hear an actual conversation between a prospect and Leah. It's L-E-A. I assume that's Leah. So you can hear an actual interaction between a consumer and Leah, which is the human-like artificial intelligence that is has the ability to understand human emotion, or at least some level of human emotion. So it's interesting to me. Apartment List doing this acquisition, making this a feature of their offering. So it's a matchmaking platform, matching would-be renters up with apartment owners and operators. And now they have this tool. And we all know that there are other tools in the marketplace that are standalone, best of breed type things like Meet a Lease, right? And so while it is interesting that Apartment List now has this feature that they can offer to apartments and owners, what is startling to me, it's not startling as much as it is, it makes me think about the next iteration of what will happen in the multifamily space as it relates to other technologies, other human-like artificial intelligence. I don't want to name names. You all know them. I did name Meet a Lease, but it's the one that just came readily to mind. But you take companies like that, and there are many others in the marketplace, and you think about the next step for them, the next iteration. The fact that Apartment List made this move and now has this as part of a feature, it makes me think at some point something is good enough, right? It's good enough to distribute in the marketplace. And so if you're already an Apartment List consumer or customer, and they marry on this feature, this benefit, this Leah, artificial intelligence and human-like artificial intelligence into the equation, do I really need these other platforms? And I think in a world where we are going to start seeing some serious consolidation in the PropTech space, we're going to see some serious consolidation. We're going to see it. I think we're going to see three things. There will be some companies that just go out of business. They've run out of runway, and the capital is not there to extend the life of these organizations. The other thing you're going to see is merging together of technologies that are similar in nature. They're going to have no choice but to merge together. So you'll see a best of breed and another best of breed come together in a merger. Or you're going to see the incumbents, the big PMS players, start to buy up some of these technologies that are being starved for resource by the capital markets right now and have lost their valuations. They're going to start buying those up for, dare I say, pennies on the dollar, but at some discount, right? And then you're going to see this new landscape of multifamily start to present itself as it relates to goods and services out there, like these artificial intelligence, like bots. I think bots have probably seen the better days. They're now, in my mind, been reduced to a feature, and they need to be a part of a broader offering in order to survive. Not only that, you can build your own bots now. You have access to the data sets. If you have somebody in your organization that has that kind of acumen, you can build those things yourself now, and they are equally, if not smarter, than the ones that you can go out into the marketplace and purchase. And it's not to say that those things aren't good, and if you don't have time or bandwidth for that, you certainly should employ those platforms and put them to use in your organization, but you don't have to. And so it's going to be seriously interesting over the next, who knows, 9 to 12 to 15 months. It's going to be seriously interesting to see what happens in the way of companies that are just so starved for resources they have no choice but to go out of business, or best of breeds that are getting close to the end of that runway have to merge together in order to continue to plow forward, and or which of those best of breed technologies are going to be absorbed or acquired rather by the PMS system, which PMS systems are going to acquire which best of breeds. That's going to happen. And so it'll be interesting. And I just think that's what this article tells me. I'll link it up again in the show notes, and you definitely should go watch the video. It's pretty compelling. But that's what I think is most interesting about this. It's not so much that Apartment List has this offering now. It's that they have the offering, and it puts other players like them, like Leah, at risk in the marketplace, at least according to this guy. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. And I want to give one more hat tip to AppWork for sponsoring today's episode. Imagine carrying a digital make-ready board in your pocket with work order tracking and maintenance technician leaderboards designed to gamify the process and bring out your team's competitive best. As a reminder, if that sounds interesting, you can go to appworkco.com. That's appworkco.com today to learn more.